/ whisper you. And then I'm going to change the notice because we have a challenger for the dungeon. Okay, so it's the same as Twitch. ROLLITOR. Test. Okay, what deck do you want to play? What deck do you want me to play first? Or what deck are you playing first and I'll play the opposite? Hello! Ardent Dungeon Hardcore mode. Up that made draft decks, okay. Then I will play elves. Alright, we're going to send a challenge. Challenge player Rollator with Ardent Elves. Here we go, we have an actual dungeon challenger! And not holding back. Going for hardcore. Coin flips do decide. This is a little risk, but I'm gonna keep the 2-shard hand because it's got Ashwood Firebrand in it as a 2-drop and it's got a Trash Mute. For some specific anti-dwarf deck hate. Rollicking Reveler is also anti-dwarf deck hate. So those are a couple things that a dwarf deck is going to have to get around. That, you know, the elves know what the dwarves are going to come rolling with, and that if the dwarves hate the elves, they need to know what the elves are going to come rolling with. And that is a turn 1 Blamsmith. It is a Swift Striker. So Forge of Kadok, as an additional cost to play this, put another artifact or dwarf in your hand into your deck and then tap it for a Rixer resource. It's a little bit of a acceleration there. I want a troop on the board, so I'm gonna hold using a Trash Mute on that. Ramps up for a Mortar Trike Driver. And that's 5 damage coming in. Rollicking Reveler number 2. What's the play here? Swinging in would make Fire in the Hole big enough to kill the Blamsmith. Leaves us wide open to eat 5 off the Mortar Trike Driver. Okay, so this is a little risk, but I think the line... Well, maybe... Could trade that for that. So I'm going to risk taking the 5. To Fire in the Hole, that guy. Take a Valor. Play like an AI. Okay, so Electroid can't do anything right now. It really would have been nice to have a fourth shard, but our opponent's on 2, so I guess it happens. I'm gonna swing again for the sake of making Lasgar cheaper. And Valor up Spring Dancer. Maybe try to trade those next turn. Okay, Construct Foreman comes out. Now does the Mortar Trike swing? The Mortar Trike will swing. Attempt to trade those. Okay, that's a shard. Which makes Rollicking Reveler playable. Block that. Say hello to our little friend. Guess that's now a 5/5 Swift Striker, which is non-trivial. Okay. Let's really put the screws in and drop the second Rollicking Reveler. Now any artifact or constant is going to be 10 damage. Let's see, when you play a Valor, draw a card. Deploy this gets +1/+1 for each of your Valor's troops. So let's make Rollicking Reveler Valorous. And go ahead and swing with him. Oh, that was really dumb as hell. That was playing like an AI there. The punt. Swift Strike, dude. Swift Strike. I really did not think that through. Yeah, because now we have to block that. Siege Engine Gemini. Took the 5. Now we can trash mute that. Valor to draw a card, and could theoretically swing in with this. Blocks there, blocks there. I think we sit. And take no chances. Step in front of that. Okay, there's a generic Blamsmith. Feral Root Acorn for health. And let's blow them all up. Make you bigger. Swing for lethal. And the elves win! Back out here. Rank 321. Okay, so when Rolator is back, I do... Yeah, 2+ Revelers and Trash Meat was pretty rough. The elves know they're fighting the dwarves, so they're going to bring the hate tech to be ready for it. So bear with me a second, because I want to add to the prize list. And then, normally I do not let the same person play the dungeons twice in a row. I like to have at least one person in between as a buffer, so people are alternating and other people are getting chances to play. But if we don't have any other people interested in running the dungeons, then if you want to go again, I'll give you another shot at it. Well, that's very kind of you, Rolator. I shall do so. And where the heck are my show notes about what goes next here? Okay. So here, the next thing I had down for this dungeon is Lixol. Whoop, that's the wrong dungeon. Cancel that. Properties. Oh, okay, the list goes on down here. Here we go. L-I-X-I-L. I've just been adding in whatever I have extras of that I can spare. Most of the really big money hype cards I tend to sell to help finance the habit so that I can keep playing. But other stuff, you know, if I have extras that I'm comfortable giving away, then I give away what I can. And anything that's thrown at me as donations, you know, unless somebody tells me that they're explicitly giving me something, I assume that everything sent to me is a donation for the show, and we'll add it in at some point. I have 3 draft packs courtesy of Chalkmaw that I have to give away, and so right now I have 1 of the 3 bookmarked for hardcore mode on each of the dungeons, and then I'm carrying over the last of the 3 for the next Pipit dungeon as a special giveaway tucked into that dungeon. So yeah, if you would, if there's nobody else speaking up in chat wanting to challenge the dungeons, if you would like another go, you can have another go at it, because I'm only planning to stream for about another 40 minutes, and I'd like to keep some dungeon runs going, so if that means you get another roll, that means you get another roll. Prize donations. Huh, thanks for the game. A couple of small things to add to the prize pool over time. Okay. I'm going to go into... I have like 3 different notepads here that I've been using for various show notes to keep track of things. So, prize donations. I should actually start a page for this. Let's see here. 3x draft. Chakma, and Rollicking, Reveler, and a Convo 2016 pack. Rollator. Gotcha. We have those added into the prize mix. Thank you very much. If they do Convocation again this year, I might drop last year's Convo pack around the same time that people are farming up for this year's. But see, I think there's a Dwarf Assault deck out there with Forge and Mortar Tricancy, just haven't developed it yet. Mortar Trike Driver is so good, and yeah, the ability to cheat those out into play even faster with the Forge, that's good. The thing that could kill it is, in Sapphire, stuff like Transmogrifade. Any bounce effects are going to ruin your day. But if you're able to just keep smashing in faster than they can bounce things, I think Control is probably the worst matchup for that, but other troop-type decks, the Dwarf aggro could be favorable because Ruby has so much removal to hit you with. We got any dungeon challengers? If anyone would like to go, just let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna tinker around with this Evo pool for a bit. And Rollator, you are eligible for another attempt if you would like. Yeah, the current meta is... I haven't... you know, I didn't really think very hard this meta. I just took Angus and I rode Angus the Arsonist all the way to the top. I didn't really do a whole lot of theory crafting on my own to try to think out different options for the meta. Well, I think you have first right of refusal at this point since it's been so long and nobody else has spoken out. So yeah, just let me know which deck you want to run this time, and I will play its opposite. Got the Cosmic with the cheap McBombus deck. Yeah, McBombus and Yodel were the cheap routes for people that get to Cosmic for a while. McBombus definitely stayed viable longer, I think. Yodel was good, but Yodel also required very specific sequencing. Oh, and you're sending me a whisper. Going to play Venom this time. Yeah, so if you know the McBombus pieces, you can disassemble, or not McBombus. If you know Yodel's pieces, you can break him down real easy. Alright, I am sending a challenge. Wait. You want to play Venom. Okay. Then I will challenge you with Orcs. Alright. Challenge has been sent. Oh, this hand is mean. This is good. So, Ridge Racer turn 1. Gordazuma turn 2. Attacks are going to make Fury of the Mountain God cheaper, which is its own kind of pre-assault type attack. This can't be blocked by troops with power less than 4, and it deals double damage. So didn't really need a second Gordazuma. Throw it down so that Ridge Racer is stronger, and swing. And pass. This is a tough matchup for Venom, because Orcs can just hit the boards so much faster. But Venom can have the beefy backsides to kind of stand up to it for a while. But I think the Venom's removal game kind of needs to be on point to deal with Orc aggro while they lay their Spiderling plans. That's a free Skitterling. Okay, so starting to get the eggs in there. Resolve what? Okay, that was odd. Visual bug there where we never saw that Hero Fall was being played there. I mean, the play makes sense. And why can I not? Oh, because I don't have the threshold for it. Need second blood. So we're gonna get some more eggs. John Cena Hero Fall. I never see it coming. That's not a blood shard. Well, I'm going to swing in with this because I'm 100% sure that that's not going to be a trade. It's like, why does it say resolve? There's nothing on screen. Click, all of a sudden Gordazuma's gone. So the Furies of the Mountain God are going to be nice and cheap and actually both playable the same turn. Whenever that second Blood Shard graces us with its presence. And well, we're going to have to sit here and take some eggs. There it is. I don't even want to do that right now with all those eggs. Please don't have a counter magic. Please don't have a counter magic. I like including in the deck some cards that that are so far outside the meta. Like nobody plays Fury of the Mountain God right now, which is funny because in Assault, you'd kind of think that they might be viable again if you get enough things swinging in. I mean, it's not an Assault, you have to physically deal the damage to get the cheaper effect. You need spiders. Those are not. Let's see if you get spider. If you had one more shot, would you have gotten the spiders? No. Would not have. That's double damage. That's lethal. Okay, time ripples that one. Hello, boys. I'm back. And now I'm playing around in Extinction and holding these. Spiders actually won't save either because those can't be blocked by anything with power less than 4. So that should just be lethal right there. These decks are nasty and hardcore is tough. Hardcore is very... hardcore lives up to the name. It is hard. Let's add to the prize pool. Zakir's Whim. Elixir. How do I want to... Okay, well, what is next after Elixir? Good game, Rolator. Those, I only have 2 of those guys in the deck, and I happened to draw both of them really early, so that ended up being pretty significant. So I'm going to add a Rollicking Reveler to the pool. I don't know if that's spelled right, but we'll know what we're talking about. I had one on my list here to give away as well. Shrink that font a little bit. So that is what we're up to for normal mode, plus a booster pack on top, or a Hero Fall draft pack on top of that. I was hoping to draw Extinction. Yeah, I thought you might have that, and I was playing around that, holding a couple troops in my hand so that if you did hit the board wipe, I could immediately replay something. Would not have been in as strong a position, especially if you hit spiders, but then I wouldn't have had a naked board. Okay, so I think it's 9:36 p.m. right now for me, and I unfortunately have to be up early in the morning for a whole lot of BS at work tomorrow. It's going to be a very, very rough work day tomorrow. But then I have Friday off, so hooray. So a little bit of shameless plugging. I mentioned it earlier, but let's see. Here's the forum link for the thread about Dungeon Masters of Entrath. So if you're just tuning in, you can check the thread there to see what the show is all about. I am going to be doing a Friday stream this week, noon local time for me. I'm U.S. Central Time. They'd be 1 p.m. on the U.S. East Coast. They'd be 10 a.m. Pacific. And for the UK, that would translate to 6 p.m., I think 7 p.m. Berlin. So it'll be kind of a Friday night stream for Euro players who do not get a chance to really see what see the action that will be a normal stream. And because I'm going to be kind of stuck at home due to a snowstorm, so there's going to be a special Friday stream and then we will see if they're doing the if they're doing Sunday if they're doing the Sunday draft events starting next Sunday. And then I may not do a Dungeon Masters of Entrath stream then, because I really want to participate in those tournaments. I've been longing for a long time to have some big limited stuff to get into, so I'm going to be juggling around when I can do Dungeon Masters of Entrath streams. The trick with the weekend times is that I like to try to have a social life on the weekend too. So I do the Dungeon Masters of Entrath streams when I don't have plans going on, but I'm not going to cancel social plans to do a hack stream. But Wednesday night is convenient time to do this, at least for my local time, because nothing ever happens on a Wednesday night, so it's a great night to do it. But yeah, so that'll be it for me for now. We are going to run this again next Wednesday, always Wednesdays, always starting 7 p.m. Central, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on U.S. coastal times, because that's where I'm at. So this is going to be every single Wednesday. Just going to try to keep building up the hype, keep building up the following, so that when the stream starts, there's already people lined up ready to go, and then we can just do 3 straight hours of dungeon runs. Is what I want to get to every single Wednesday. The weekend streams so far have been a lot more popular and a lot more happening, I think, just because maybe more people are around. And that's good. I like knowing that if I fire up on a weekend, we're going to get some dungeon runs in. Just the challenge is continuing to do the same for the weekdays. I do post updates on the Twitch page. That whole Twitch feed thing at the bottom of the page. You can also follow me on Twitter at ThrawnOmega, exactly the same as my Twitch ID. And I will post updates about any special times, or streams as I'm able to line those things up. But that'll do it for me. I'm going to cut off the stream here, but I want to thank you all again for tuning in and hanging out. Rolator, thanks for the prize support and a couple runs at the dungeon, and hope to see you all again soon.